Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the quarterfinals here in London, where it's Game 2 between the LMS's AHQ and Korea's SK Telecom, who are now up 1-0. We got to look at the mid lane because we talked about it before the game started. The CS differential here was 31 at 10 minutes. That is what Westor averaged down at 20 minutes coming into this game. So already we've doubled that CS differential, and he wasn't roaming in that time.
Yeah, and I also really like the Lulu pick here. I think that that is a big key in this matchup for Faker against Westor, because not only does it pressure him and stop him from roaming, which we saw early on, Lulu, stylistically, is fantastic against the champion pool that Westor has. All these assassins. And not only is it great against those champions, it's really good for SKT. They have compositions that empower Bang, and it's not taking anything away from Faker at the same time.
Yeah, and I also want to touch on how smart Faker was in taking the Ignite with the Elise, because immediately, we talk about this a lot, I know Crumbs loves it. As soon as you pick Elise, you have a winning lane. Lulu's already a lane bully, the Ignite just sets it up perfectly.
And AHQ had a lot of hope this game. Mountain was in the right place at the right time twice. He could have had the jump on top lane, and he could have had the jump on the defending bot lane, but he was just seconds behind. His smite game, not on point. You know, he could have smited the Wolves, as we mentioned, to defend against the tower dive in the bot lane, and just a bit of a botched gank in the top side twice could have really snowballed the game in Ziv's favor. But again, I hope that the coaching staff looks at him and just says, look, it might have felt like you messed up, but you were at the right place, right time. Just, you know, take a breather in, try to get there a little bit faster into the place that you want to be, because as Clement has pointed out, Mountain tends to be in a lot of good pathing, and Bengi just happened to out-rotate him with the 2v1.
Yeah, the way that impacted the map, though, was really interesting, because you have this lane matchup that's really volatile between Fiora and Darius. Both snowball very hard. And the reason that I actually like Fiora in it is Darius relies so much on an execute to take you down, and Fiora has a slow and then the dash away. So she can get in, trade relatively well. She's very good with gankers and with Lulu on the team. And it's also very hard for Darius to kill you. Very easy for Darius to bully you. Don't get me wrong, he's going to chunk you like 10 out of 10 times. But to actually get that last hit, it's really hard. And you can see that Ziv at times was getting frustrated. There was a couple of flashes where he was going for apprehends, even though he had the E slow on him, wasn't in range. And there's moments like that in the game where you're like, I am so close to killing Myron. If I had got that kill, it would have been great. And then you like hit tab and it's like, he's up 52 CS. Like, how did he just do that? This guy is just so good at picking up farm around the map. And I think that he actually got in Ziv's head that game, because you see a couple of frustrating TPs, a couple of frustrating flashes. Ziv, normally this very controlled player, looked like he was getting like a little bit rattled by the Fiora pick up there.
I want to hop back to Zyrene because I saw you wanted to get in at the end of the Mountain point.
Thank you. I feel like this was a game of inches, where Mountain was giving up a couple inches every now and then. He was doing Krugs, he burrows over the wall and starts backing because he's setting up his tunnel routes, and then he decides, you know what, I'm actually going to gank top. 2 seconds before he could tunnel. And then there's another time, didn't smite Raptors to get a clear, didn't smite Wolves. These are very, very tiny mechanical things that if it just gets cleaned up, he's going to have an extra foot in the game, and that's what's going to give him a lead if they come into it. And that's the thing, you can't let that get to you, because you were so close. It's just 1 or 2 tiny things, clean it up, turn it on, and that's a different game from AHQ.
We'll see if they can clean things up. The teams are just about ready to head into Champions Select, and as we go, Westor says that Faker will smother his opponent in lane without leaving him a way to stop.
Faker 优点的话是他对线很激进，而且他不按照常理出牌。那你会不知道他用什么英雄来对付你。他可能他的核心思想是线上打爆你，对，让你不能做其他事，然后再支援他其他队友。缺点的话，目前是看不太出来。
And we saw just how difficult it was for Westor in lane.